Hi, Russell Cummings here. I want to talk to you about process mapping. Too often in business we start out with a process map that says, if this is the end product over here, where do we start? Or we start back here, and then we move to here, and then oh, hang on, there's an administrative process that drops out here, but there's also some people processes that drop out here, and then we end up with this one, but this one joins, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and we end up with quite a dog's breakfast. Yeah, and it's really hard, and you often don't get to be clear on what the outcomes do. So what we've developed is a bit of a simpler process for doing that. And let's just change the color here. And what we do is start with the outcomes. So we say, what are the outcomes that we're looking for? So the outcomes are here. So let's just use a bit of a manufacturing example and say, well, what are the outcomes we want? Are happy customers. We want to develop a quality product, and we need to deliver in full on time. Alright, so we put that here at the end. That's our default, that's our quality measure. We then say, what's the last thing that happens before we get that outcome? Before the client gets a quality product delivered in full on time. Well, there's got to be some transport and logistics. So you write that in, you say, right, logistics. Okay, let's put that in. What happens before logistics? Oh, well, we have to pack the product, so we pack it. Okay, what's the thing that happens before logistics? So you're keeping it big, right? We have to make or manufacture the product, so we make it. Yeah. What happens before we make it? Oh, we've got to get orders and have an ordering process. And you may continue back a bit further than that. Alright, so there's our process. There are our core processes to deliver that to the client. Okay, now for each of these core processes, there will be sub-processes which go the same way. Yeah. So processes here, and each of those processes may have little processes that fit into it. So you can actually start to map them in a bit of detail, and you don't need to get into too much detail, but you need to have enough detail so that you're clear on what's happening. So what we want to map is the core value stream process that delivers value into a particular process, and then you can actually then have, beside it, you can have, well, we've got supporting processes, so we've got a whole heap of supporting processes along here, and they feed into the logistics stuff. And then along here, well, what other? We've got a whole heap of administrative processes that feed into it. So we've got a whole heap of processes here that feed into this as well, and they may feed in different places into these things. Yeah, so they may fit in, but generally, if you map the core process first, it's much easier, and then drop into the detail. You can also use this as part of a process for setting KPIs, because if you can't measure these KPIs at this end, you may, at the outcome end, you may measure a KPI up here at this sort of make part. You may put in a KPI here that you can measure, or maybe even a KPI out here that tells you about what's happening, and you end up with lead indicators, whereas these ones become your lag indicators. But for more information on that, watch the video on setting KPIs in your business. Alright, hope you've enjoyed this, and that it makes a bit of sense. Process mapping is relatively easy and simple. You just need to take your time, but start from the back and work backwards. So start from the end, and work backwards rather than start at the front and work forwards. You'll end up with a much more streamlined process.
Thanks for watching today's video. If you would like any additional information on any tools, processes or concepts that we've talked about here today, please don't hesitate to contact me either on my mobile phone, which is in Australia, and it's 0414 929 585, or through the website. There's a form on our website. There's also great resources and material for you there, or simply email me on russell@sbdbusiness.com.au. I look forward to hearing from you. If we can be of any assistance to you at all, please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you.